All right, we are live. So, coming into this morning, I think I have a bullish bias. I don't think there's really anything else to see. I had this 4 hour marked out actually, but seems like we're gonna shorten it up a little bit. And we still have too much to go till 9 o'clock, so it's gonna have to get erased. I just thought, coming on the hourly chart, we have basically zero gaps all the way up. All of these runs higher were met with so much wicks on both ends, mainly on the sell side, but there's no real area for us to come down into. Like if there was like a fair value gap here, I could say, okay, come down into this fair value gap, turn up. We don't really have that. We do have some, we do have some on the 15-minute, but it seems like we've already overrun this one and we're coming further. So I'm kind of eyeing the potential for us to maybe come down into a discount right now before heading up. But if we come down into this area here, I mean, it becomes basically a coin toss on whether or not we go down to this low or we turn back up. So I'd preferably rather see us hold a little bit higher. I don't really want to see us come down into 50% of this range. So yeah, I mean, coming into this morning, my high time frame bias is bullish. All you got to do is go on the weekly chart and see that we have a weekly gap that we've traded into and stayed inside of multiple days now. We're rejecting. On the daily chart, we had this dip right into here, bang, swept that low right into this, and we have a daily gap right above. So I'm bullish. This run to me says bullish. I don't think we have to come back down any further. There's no real significant levels of liquidity below here. On the daily chart, there's not a low until this low way down here. So either we're coming all the way down here or I think we're going to turn up. So I expect the daily gap to be the target for today if we are going to be very bullish. Again, here we come with the 4 hour chart. Nothing really to see. Expecting us to potentially put in a 4 hour gap, but I mean, seemingly we are having a little bit of a retracement now. And yes, you can see 4 hour put in a nice BPR. Something to keep an eye on. But yeah, both assets have the same draws. Really, I think yes, that's the same draw. Yes, says yeah, the daily gap is it the same? No, it's a different candle. I think it's a different candle, but daily gap is above. It's untapped. Both assets have it. ES still has this big new week opening gap down here, but again, I mean, on a Friday, I don't expect a trending day where we are kind of chartering new territory, and I would say new territory for the week. Right now, we're in a range. We're inside of the range set by this week, Monday to Thursday. We're inside of that, so I expect us to see some level of movement inside of that range. I don't expect us to get out of it. And then another thing too, 50% of this move lower this week lines up perfectly with this daily gap. So, and we just have a lot of liquidity above. I'm not really interested, again, like yesterday, not really interested in taking shorts, because what did yesterday show us? Yesterday showed us that prior to open, we had to run lower. All we did all day is have what I've heard and what I've seen many people say is one of the worst AM sessions they have seen as a day trader. I would have to agree. I would also have to just note that when this happens, we need to be showing up for PM. Because when this type of a morning happens, PM usually sets up for something nice. And what we did is we did get something nice. We got this is a 15-minute chart. I just had that 15-minute gap marked out because it just looked so perfect. But what we have is a clean run lower. I mean, look at this 15-minute. Like, you have change in state of delivery right there. Bang. 15-minute fair value gap opens up. Bang. Tap into it. There's probably a 1-minute inversion right inside of this wick. And then bang, right down to this low. I mean, it's brilliant, right? I think this swept that low, right? Yeah, it just swept it barely. And then we just came back and really dug deeper into it. So yeah, I'm eyeing this. I mean, if we're going to open up in 7 minutes and we're going to have these two gaps closed, then, I mean, I guess sell side does have potential. I did not expect this sell off this right before open. I also can only trade probably till about 10:30, 10:45 today. So we're kind of looking for that initial move at open. Looking to catch the Judas swing, looking to see where we can get positioned in the market today where we can hopefully catch a clean run. So yeah, I kind of like that actually. Mine's up nicer. So I think the 15 minutes is really all we have to go off of. This hourly chart does nothing for me. The 4 hour does nothing. So we got to stick on the 15-minute and let it help us determine our information. There's just so many 15-minute gaps that have been traded into and expanded higher, traded into, expanded higher, traded into, expanded higher, traded into, expanded higher. And then for us to just flip them out of nowhere without any significant sweep of liquidity on any of these assets, and then to just turn off and put in a 100-point dump, it's pretty crazy leading into this open. So, yeah. I don't know if we were having some sort of a news. It's always best to check, so we're just going to do that quickly here. 8:30 Canadian retail president. Oh, Iran and the world acknowledges Iran's victory. What is going on in the world? Ever since I came back from my trip, I have no idea what's going on in the world. I took a break from politics, being on vacation in Australia, not like purposefully or intentfully, but just naturally. Ever since I came back, I have not watched a single podcast of the people I used to listen to. I really don't even know what's going on in the Iran war. Like, if you asked me, I would genuinely say, from what I understand, it's still like kind of like that standstill, kind of nothing's really happening. Both sides wanting to like extend the kind of hold on attacks, but no one wants to agree to anything that, would actually end this thing. Um, but yeah, I really don't know what's going on in the world too much. But yeah, there's some intent to the sell side. Unfortunately, it's impossible, in my opinion, to take a short off of a perfect equal high, especially on the hourly. Like, these are far enough apart where these two highs are like equal on the hourly, and to be equal to the tick in such a volatile market like we are in today, it seems pretty suspicious, pretty suspect for us to do that. But yeah, with this kind of move lower, I'm not gonna sit here and call out predictions because I genuinely don't know what we're gonna do. But if we invert this 1 minute, I could definitely see us going up right to here at open, but I can also see us heading lower. It's hard to say. 50% in midnight opening price hovering right around here. I could definitely see us just kind of closing in this range and staying inside of it. And then maybe in the PM having a bit of a run on one side of liquidity. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we ended up down here or down up here. It both wouldn't surprise me. But again, so if we're looking at the Asia, overnight profile, that's exactly, we're getting that exact move. Wow. And we're going to get the 1 minute close. Fuck. What strength. Wow. I mean, I guess it's not a bad trade. If it wasn't 2 minutes before open, I'd consider it. Yeah, let's just make sure we keep an eye on our other time frames. 15 minutes, 5 minute. I mean, seeing the exact bounce you want to see. Especially considering this 15-minute was going to close. Now all we have is a huge rejection wick on the 15-minute. Yeah, super strong. I mean, I said it. I said if this encloses, it's probably going straight to here. But if not, I could see us dumping straight down to here at open. Because the momentum coming into open usually follows to some sort of conclusion before turning around. You know, like if there was a significant low resting, like let's say here, this was a significant low, and this was us into open, and then we kind of saw a little bit. I would expect open to put us down into here and then have the move up. But having the reversal already before, basically off of nothing, is making me question what exactly is going to happen in 15 seconds here. So, yeah, I mean, we're locked in. Let's get this more open. Here's 9:30. I mean, you're break even if you took that trade. I would love to just see a sweep of this low quickly, because that would be manipulation, because it's such an insignificant low. So for us to rip down here and sweep it feels like just like a made up thing. Like someone who's trying to fuck with everybody is making it look like, hey, we got some fucking speed to the downside. So, I mean, hoping we can do this quickly, create an SMT, and then turn right the fuck up, get above this. This is an order block, and then we bounce up into these highs and into all these levels. That would be ideal. It's almost like SMTs have to be at super significant levels, or they have to be at super insignificant levels. Because then it, like, this kind of right here, like to have this strong of a bounce, and then to just overturn it completely at open, and then to over just seems too perfect. It seems like we're getting a little bit of a sell off. You didn't get the closure on the downside. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom quick. Wow. Well, there you go. Straight 50%. Midnight opening price right around the corner too. It's hard to say. We do have a level there. Hard to say. Like to have that 15-minute close up like that, and then this can open and just dump straight through is freaking crazy. Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense. I expected that, but best case scenario, yeah. I don't know. I still think this is potentially a Judas swing, but unfortunately, we do not have enough structure because you're basically flipping a coin and picking a direction right now. With such strength to the downside, we could have reversed it right away, but we have 3 gaps to choose from. You're not going to take an inversion off of that, which means you're just flipping a coin. Either we're retracing into a gap before continuing lower, or we're flipping. Because if we flip this first one, we might just be coming to the second one to come down. We flip both the first and the second, we might just be coming to OTE to go down. It's too much. It's too difficult right now. There's not enough structure. I mean, I guess. I'm just like trying to look like significant enough levels. Like, where would technically the London low? Yeah, but see, the London doesn't even have like a good low. Asia has a good low. So I mean, I don't know. Like right now, for example, could be a really nice shorting opportunity, but it also might not be. Oh yeah. And we can. Almost scared me. I'm like, wait, the 24th. Now that we've hit midnight opening price, though, I think now you have a reasonable, like you have a reason to potentially believe we could be going higher now. Okay, so let's go back and let's look. So now the 4 hour, we also have new day opening gap here. I'm just gonna put this in like a bright yellow, just because again, we're just working with so little in terms of like sell side liquidity that we almost have to like have everything that we could potentially trade into. Wow, yeah, we're just dumping straight down. So we're gonna hit new day opening gap here. Just gonna take this middle line off. End dog. End dog goes straight through Asia. We do have that 15-minute inversion. I mean, at this point, it's like I said, you get down into this midpoint. Actually, I don't know if I said that or if I said this before the stream started, but I said the second if we trade down to this midnight opening in 50% range, you become a coin flip to these highs and these lows. I honestly believe that you seriously have a 50-50 shot. Taking a long on one account and a short on another account and doing 1-to-1. So having like the long account full TB only if you hit that high and the short account full TB only if you hit this low. One of the accounts is smashing it. Also, another thing I want to know is, can these prop firms detect hedging across different prop firms? So like if I have a TopStep X account and I'm long, can I be short in a Tradeify account? Because that would be interesting. Because like I just said with this, for example, imagine you're trading an account and you're just trying to pass an eval, for example, right? And so why is this not? Okay, that's why. So you're trading an eval. That's like one contract, like one mini. That's $3,500. So that would be a passed account in one attempt. Same thing with here. More than 600, so it'd be a passed attempt. So having two accounts on two different prop firms and just picking a middle of a range and just sending one mini on both sides. The second the one that's right hits, bang, you take the profits. So we're playing around in this new day opening gap. The good thing is we did produce an up close candle in here. So this up close candle is going to give us an opportunity to like really on the low time frames break down the structure into something a little bit more readable. Like this has the possibility now to act as a kind of trampoline to like bounce it up to this high. Also too, we do have to make sure we understand where this is. So RTH is right here. RTH gap, bill. I like to have that marked out because oftentimes when price is doing something, what the hell? Oftentimes when price is doing something you don't understand or don't expect, there's usually a reason. So you just have to find it. And oftentimes at open within the first 15 minutes, if you find price going in a direction that maybe doesn't make sense, and then you turn off regular trading hour or you turn on regular trading hours, all of a sudden you're like, oh, we have a huge regular trading hours gap that we're super deep in right now. The full fill is down here. That's where we can potentially go. Because right now we've hit 50%. We've hit OTE probably by now, I would assume. Yeah, easily. I could just do this actually. Oh, yeah, so we've hit OTE. We've hit midnight opening price. We've hit 50%. We've hit this new day opening gap. All we have left is a regular trading hours gap full fill or sell side right here, which is a brand new low of the week. So either we're going to pump right through down to here. Like these are our two options, basically. I can see this Friday playing out like this. Either we're dumping straight down, like it's going to go straight through this, no stopping. We're going to see a deeper retracement, filling in that gap, coming back up, and then returning and maybe taking out these equal highs for the day and maybe this level, but nothing else. That is my prediction because of this large sell-off. Or I think we move down here, we come back up, we take a little deeper of a go, and then it's kind of like back into the range, and then like this is like 11, 12 o'clock, and all we've done is this and this. I could see that happening. In which case, your best opportunity is probably going to be inside of this leg here, but that might be a PM session. You know, like if this is a 15-minute chart, you know, and this is a 15-minute breaker block, and we trade above, we trade back in, we tap that 15-minute breaker block, and then all of a sudden you come on here and you're like, oh, 1 minute inversion, long, straight up here, stop below that gap or that breaker, boom, you know, like something like that. But those are my three scenarios, I think. And each is just as likely as the next. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Also, sometimes I just do not like having these on. They annoy the crap out of me. Like that just looks so much cleaner. So is ES seeing a bit of a bounce? Yeah, because ES made a new high on that, but ES is holding much higher. I don't even know if ES has hit 50%, and also NQ and ES have. No, they don't. Oh, we had that low. That yeah, no, makes sense. Okay, let me just see. So boom. Okay, so we've tagged. It looks like we've tagged 50%, or maybe fallen like slightly short. We've either hit it on the dot. I think we've hit it. Yeah, we've hit 50% on the dot on ES. So I think, honestly speaking, we've done enough damage to the sell side where I could potentially see us turning up, but I don't know. This feels too strong. It's like when this move started happening, we started selling off prior to open. It just felt like it was too strong for us to not continue that with open. That's why when we saw this immediate reversal, I was kind of like, huh, weird. I don't trust it. I would expect this after open, but not before. And then I was proven exactly right. 9:30 opens up and it's been straight down. So we're working this area. Seems like regular trading hours gap fill is in. So let's wait patiently for that to happen. And then just for the shits of it, let's just throw like 3 contracts on a short here. Straight down to RTH gap fill, which is 281.25. 281.25. We'll just do 282. Boom. 160 thing. So that'll be about 240 total. And it lines up pretty closely with Asia low. So 290 is Asia low. So maybe taking off something there. Stop realistically is just above the highs. Not a beautiful RR trade, but it's a logical trade that makes a lot of sense. So we'll see. Oh, that was just a. Oh, they only had limited amounts of those? Oh, wow. Damn. Yeah, I think it's like that is insane. To be honest, I think they're going to be profitable off of it just because the odds of people passing $3,000 with $1,000 drawdown 2 times in a row, and it has to be 2 times in a row, is so difficult. But at the same time, if I spent 250 US dollars and bought 5 accounts and it took me 5 attempts, which I think realistically with 5 accounts, I'm passing probably at least 2 the first time. And then if I pass 2 the first time, all I need is one of those 2 to be passed the second time. And then all of a sudden, $250 spend on giving myself a legitimate chance, all of a sudden turns into $3,000. Seems a little odd. Well, that's why it was a practice count. It's going to be journaled. Yeah, Asia kind of sucked. To be honest, I mean, opening, hovering, dipping down, kind of creating a V shape, longing somewhere in here, stop below here, targeting, I don't know. I mean, fuck, if you were trading something like this, stop below here, targeting something like that. It's a 2-hour trade. Plays out. It's almost like playing out exactly as you expect on a Friday based off of one of the worst weeks we've seen in price. Which, by the way, becoming a more and more common theme as these weeks go on. I think August and July have been one of the worst 2 months I've seen in a long time. Well, hey, it worked out. See exactly why longing a 1 minute like that is just craziness. You can't even get that internal high. But no, this is nice. It still hasn't hit Asia low yet, but we should be hitting that in due course. Probably move to break even now. Yep, there we go. Break even. And we should get a dash right through that regular trading average gap. Feel perfect. As you can see, that is 205 on the account. 3 micros inside of this. A stop above here. Bang. Um, and we can build. This is where I can finally fully why do I every time I go to my charts over here, they're all fucked up. I can finally go to these 2 charts and say, okay, I think we can turn up now. Nah, bro, we going straight to this low. This is nuts. I mean, I'm curious if anybody took shorts today, but I feel like it's becoming second nature right now for me. Every time I go on Tyler, it's not even 10 o'clock every time, and he's already down $400 or $500. What was he? He was trying to. He longed what? He top ticked. Where was he longing? I'm not trying to be rude at all. He longed that 1 minute inversion. That was so dumb. I'm not even gonna lie. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. You fully expected after we just Like, look at this. We're on the 15-minute chart. One 15-minute candle overran like 10, 12 hours of price action. 150, and you're gonna just long that off of no structure. Crazy, bro. So let's just redo this. Regular trading hours gap complete fill. We're now into this BPR 15-minute. I mean, I could see this holding. I really could, just because there's just no reason for us to go lower. But I could also see us going lower, sweeping this low, creating an SMT, and then pumping back into this range. I don't see us coming up to here anymore. I think these highs, they're done. I don't think we're gonna hit that this today, unless this is the turnaround. I think if we break down through here, probably not gonna create an SMT, probably just gonna go straight through. ES is gonna follow behind. But if we start to turn up here, I could see a potential. I don't know where you exactly long, but probably this, just because it's a little bit more. No, I mean, it's way too big. 75 points just to there. Yeah. I think that challenge is an ROI game though, because I think they said you have a maximum of like 20 attempts, which I think is $1,000. 20 times 50. Yeah, it's $1,000. So if you do 20 attempts, you just need to make it once to be 3R. Like minimum that you can possibly get on this challenge if you make money is 3R. Because you could fail 19 of them in a row, and on the 20th one you pass and accomplish it, you're up $2,000. But the problem is most people don't have $1,000 USD just to roll around. Oh man. Shit don't look good, man. I mean, at this point, it is probably more likely that we hit. Is that work out to be? Yeah, it does work out to be previous day, which is, I mean, that's at least good. It's significant enough. But yeah, it seems like we are reaching there. We'll see. uh, uh, uh. Terry Fox documentary. That's one thing I feel like maybe they do have a lot of Terry Fox documentaries, but I feel like I've never seen one on like a major platform. Like I'm sure back in the day, like many Canadian like news agencies did stories and shit on it, but I don't know. But yeah, this day's cooked. I just do not see why we would. I do not see why we would cover it up with this previous day low right here. What's that marked down on ES again? I can't remember. Wait, that was a 4 hour, right? Yeah. That was a 4 hour inversion. So that looks hella bearish, man. We came up, retrace, bang, slam her down. What about um what about 360? I'm like, I need that. Because that's 12. Right, yeah, so that did turn up. So we open up at 6 and came straight down. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Hmm. Did she just get repositioned? Josh Allen's the third best player. Who's number? Oh, that was last year. I was gonna say, who the fuck is number one? They're going right down. Okay, so we're still in 22. I'm Russell Brown's 22. Devon Chan. What are they just doing? Top 28? Yeah, this day is so cooked. It's not even funny. I don't see a world in which I get a trade presented to myself within the next. Sorry, a trade, like a complete trade, because I don't really want to be taking a trade past 10:30. But I really want to trade that has the potential to be like completely done by 11. 11 is the 100% latest I would the 100% latest I would enter a trade. The 15 minutes looking good. We do have a right there, so it must be this candle, I'm assuming, up until there, probably. It's a 15-minute gap. I could see this totally becoming, oops. I could see this totally becoming, let's just check, make sure we have it boxed in correctly. Yeah, I think we almost did. Yeah. ES has 5-minute structure that validates a flip to the buy side. But NQ, I mean, if NQ makes a new lower low, I think we're basically done. We either have to quickly reach previous day low, or I don't know. I don't think we are going to do anything else. Turn right down. Dude, there's no fucking way this guy just longed. Wow. I mean, this guy is just getting cooked. Like, what is he doing? He just takes longs off of no confirm. Like, he took a long here. Do you honestly believe? Do you honestly believe with this profile, with us dumping right at open, having Asia low, regular trading hours gap fill, this BPR, and previous day low right there, do you really think that longing this next candle right here is safe? Hell no. And then the fact that we see this little bounce, change in state of delivery, barely. We're still inside of this range. Like there's 4 down close. Let's get rid of this. There's 4 down close candles right here. That purged our liquidity. It purged Asia low and filled the regular trading hours gap. We don't get a real change in state of delivery until we get above here. We're hovering in a bearish gap that has been holding us lower now for 25 minutes, and you're just gonna long up there? Crazy. I don't know what people are saying, but shit looks cooked. It's a very high resistance run though. After that type of strength, post open, straight down to then slow up this much for basically the entire, like we had a couple candles. Like we had one, two, three, and then I would say all the way up until about here. Once we hit this new day opening gap at 9:37 until now 40 minutes later at 9 or 10:17, we have been completely sideways. But yeah, I think I like that 1 minute gap. The reason I highlighted it was because I do think that this is very possible. Should be a pretty sensitive area. I actually think a nice. I don't think you could actually capture a really nice move. Oh my goodness! I don't know how I do this so often, but stop above there. Pretty nice. 84 to 202, so let's say 80. So 80 times 4 equals that, so 320, so you can make 640, which would bring him almost back to break even. 50 just went break even there. And he's too scared to take another trade. Dude, there's a 1 minute that's holding right now. I wouldn't be closing a trade until this 1 minute gets inverted, because then you have a 1 minute that was utilized to send price lower that has an order block, changes to delivery, breaker block, everything all inside of this gap. If this gap gets flipped, then it's like, okay, go. It's probably going to go, but there's the inversion. That is the day, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the hell out of here. Let's enjoy this day.